Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. I hope that you're having a lovely Saturday. Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much for my new subscribers. Thank you for my loyal season subscribers. I've only been here, I don't even think it's been a year. But thank you to all of you. Thank you for being here and giving me a reason to talk about this stuff because it's blowing my mind. So, forgot to tell you guys, I thought I said it on my video last night, but I didn't. I did. I went and got some lashes. And I got them threaded and then they tinted them to make them darker. That's all happened. And then today I had someone come in and just actually do the makeup because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And so I went to a friend's wedding, her 25th anniversary. She looked so amazing. And so we took a little bit over mom's, grandma, my mom, but her grandmother, Mama Shark, Grandma Shark. And by the way, hi Mama Shark. And all my subscribers, you guys are awesome. So anyway, she's over there with Grandma and they're doing their thing and me and hubby is doing ours, and we haven't done this since we had Kara. Like, we've never had a night out. This is our first night out together. And so we're like so excited and all that great stuff. So anyway. I said, well, let me just check and see what's going on YouTube, right? And next thing I know, boom! The Wall Street Journal. Everybody reads the Wall Street Journal. You got to pay for it. That's how popular it is. The Who's is reading it. All Meghan's A-listers friends are reading it. This is not a tabloid. This is not a tabloid magazine. This is the real deal. It doesn't hold back. It talks about Netflix, Spotify, the employees at Archewell, failed projects, and how Meghan, didn't want help with content, was difficult to say the least, wanted a whole studio and didn't believe that she had to do this much work. And Taylor Swift, by the way, also told her no. Not that that's like, oh, wow, no, that's not even the story. No, because Taylor Swift could have been busy or just said, you know what, I'm out on concert right now. I just can't do it. Whatever the case may be. And you could put it that way if she wasn't tumbling so fast and so hard. You would just cough it up as, oh, okay, it just didn't work out. Everything around her is failing and has failed, and see, it's catching up with us, not them, us, because they already knew. Meghan already knew Spotify was going to cut her, and already know that Netflix is sick of her. And there's no others. There's nothing. She could come out with it. Bring it. WME. Bring it on. When are you going to step on the scene? Next year? They can't. They can't bring her out because she's getting so much negative press. No one's looking at a negative brand. Nobody wants it. Oh no. You can't be doing this and then talk about some Spotify, Bill Simmons, Stephen Smith. Oh, who else? Kelly Osbourne. What else? She didn't do her own podcast. This is all in 1 week. I showed you the magazine about the car chase because they still talking about that over here. That will never go away. That's Meghan's Achilles heels. Trying to get attention. And we looked, everyone, because it was on every news station channel you turned it on about the car chase, the 2-hour catastrophic car chase. The mayor of New York woke up and had to talk. I'm sure Joe Biden got a phone call because the prince, King Charles's son, heir to the throne, fifth somewhere, not Meghan and Doria, unfortunately, but the king's son is in the car. And so all eyes on, and she wanted that attention, and she got it. And I don't know what game she thought in between there when she came back and doubled down and told the New Yorkers. This is what pissed everybody off. First of all, she lied. Then she doubled down on the lie and pretty much told us, you lying. I know, because Piers Morgan had a guy on his show talking about, Meghan, does this look like a 2-hour car chase? And like Lindsay Schofield said, TMZ in page 6 is one of those people that reporting them almost dying. You should have heard the news over here. I mean, it was like, yes, they like almost like they had died. That's how they were reporting it. And so you can't tell me that they didn't get pissed off because they were reporting it as if Meghan was already in a hospital or something. They were like, yes, according to sources and according to Meghan's statement, there was a 2-hour car chase. Paparazzis. That's correct. That's what they said. In New York. And we are waiting to hear from the mayor to find out his statement, and then we're going to go from there. For some reason, I just don't think that's over. And so now that you have everyone's attention, look what happened. It backfired. It did. It gave you a spotlight that you didn't need. But you caused this yourself. And then what happens is when you cause this, skeletons from the closet starts to creep up. Oprah. Tyler Perry. The Netflix series, Spare. Ain't nobody talking about Spare right now. There's too much other stuff going on with them too. Spare, the therapy session. All of the disgusting behavior from these two, like the journal said, for the last 3 years. This is what's been going on over there. Archie Wells employees there's an open door. And everyone knows that if you can't keep staff, you lose money. Because it costs to train and hire someone to take that person's place. And if it's a revolving door, you never get anything done. No, she was... I heard the employee said that she wasn't listening to anyone else, that she wasn't taking anybody's suggestions. She needed a whole studio down. They reported that too, how Spotify did whatever she said. Spotify. No, Spotify is pissed off because they invested all this money in the Duchess of Sussex and they got nothing. No, nothing. No. No one cared. This Oprah. Psh, ooh. The docu-series was very difficult to watch Netflix. Very. And it made some money, but it was the family. It was the trashing of the family. It's the fact that she hasn't spoken to her father in almost half of a decade. And he had 2 strokes. And then don't forget how she kicked Harry's to the curb and wanted him to diss his dad too. Turned a whole country, a whole family because of her. Harry is now, what would you call, wait. You're banished. Mm-hmm. That's the word. I'd be up. I heard Jeremy Clarkson has come out with a an article. He's back. Jeremy's back. He's the one. He's the one that Game of Thrones her. Said walking through the streets. Look at her. Look at this woman. Look at the destruction. Look at it. Look how she's trying to distance herself from it. Mm-hmm. Ooh. This is what she said. I gotta read this. This is how I know. And how she is still not getting it and still doesn't understand and still think that it's just okay. Because she never takes accountability for anything. Nothing. Instead of just saying, you know what, I may have overspoken, I didn't mean to offend anyone, or da 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 da. No. She blames. When Spotify came out and said that she didn't interview those women or some of those people, and they were thanking the other producers that actually interviewed them. She says that that's what Spotify wanted. They suggested that. She didn't suggest it. I don't believe that. No, it's stated in the it's stated in the you're gonna hear whatever here. In the paper, in the New York, the Journal. It stated that. God, my husband got me. Give me a second. Sorry. So I completely forgot what I was talking about. So we're gonna move on. I believe I was trying to say the Wall Street Journal, though. Anyway, I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked. I can't believe all this is going on, and it's so bad for her. She'll never recover from this. This is not this is it. This is it. Karma is it passed. It's gone. It's just not there at all. I would be surprised if she could make $100,000. Honestly. Well, I know they got that website talking about he'll speak for 100. No one's listening. No one wants to hear that. What are they going to talk about? World affairs? How she's an influencer? Come on, guys. How the royal family is still mistress. What is she going to get up there and say to us? It's gone. It is over. It's you never seen it this destruct. It's just it is what it is. Spotify has told every company that these are con artists. Dior, Hulu, who else is there out there? Disney, everybody. They're con artists. So if you want to brand these people, be on the lookout, because you're going to be conned. And I believe it. Meghan's been conning since she started, but she can't anymore. She conned Harry. She conned him to come over here. He thinks he's saving her. He's trying to protect her from everybody else, and he needs protection from her. He turns his family totally against his family. She blamed his family. Look, check out the story. They were messing with Meghan. You know, Catherine didn't like Meghan, so they were against her. You know, the bridesmaid dresses and all of that. Yeah, and then William, you know, came over there and made me fall on the bow because, you know, he came over there telling him that his wife was difficult. Hello? Is she difficult? Is it every time you turn around there's something going on that's not great because Meghan has touched it? No, his brother, his grandmother, everyone over there was trying to warn him from the Wicked Witch. No, Harry, they're messing with me. They're feeding me to the wolves. We gotta go. I gotta go. I can't. I want to stay here. I gotta go. No, I'm done. I'm done. Because they're feeding me to the wolves. And the press is just so brutal. They cut me. And she had no proof. Nothing. In that docu-series, that's where Netflix messed up, because listen, oof. No, that ain't gonna work. Nobody said that. Nobody in the room. Yeah, I had to come over here, and they had to. Tyler Perry, they're messing with me. They're trying to make us stay. Oh, but you just said they were feeding you to the wolves. Oh, okay. So today they're trying to get you to stay. Yep, they're trying to make us stay, and they're trying to use the security to do that, and saying that we won't get security and we won't get any more money. After they tried to trick us to say, oh, we're going to go do it on our own and be in privacy, and then we're going to make our own money and all this other stuff, and we don't need that. And then Harry gets on the Oprah show and says the reason why he signed with Netflix and Spotify is because they needed the money. Oh. So now you need the money. And you know that when you get ready to do that it's going to be trash. So you know, but he was setting he was setting the tone on the Oprah show. Yeah, we're finna go in on our family like we're doing right now on your show, Oprah. Calling them racist. Yep, been living with them almost 40 years. And yep, today they racist because my wife said that she felt unconscious bias, and I believe everything that she says. Because she's right. She's like Diana 2.2. Disgust. Harry needs to get out of that fantasy. Because your mother wasn't nothing like this woman. And then all this about the name change, they just trying to take the focus. WME said, look, do something strange. That's strange. Meghan ain't changing her name. What is that going to do? You killed your dad off. I didn't switch the subject because I wanted to finish that piece. Did y'all get that? First you kill, you're just killing everybody off. Got it. Went too deep. Yeah. It's just, ooh. And then the Sussex squad over there hanging on by a thread. Woo, yep, go Meghan. I'm going to say this to the Sussex squad. Don't be over there being nasty to Harry. Because he's still hanging in court. He the one called over there to try to figure out, can they sue for Bill. Meghan, the list is too long for you to be worried about what people are saying about you. Really? Every day someone comes out and talks about your character, who you are. And it is not good. And why would I want to attach anything to you? She never takes accountability. That's what I was talking about. She never will, even in this. So, the Wall Street Journal goes in about how they failed. How Netflix is on the verge of, according to a source over there at Netflix, that they are on the verge of cutting these two. Why? Ain't nothing going on over there. What are they doing? What? They did the 6-hour thing and that's it. And anything else they come out with Netflix. That other thing, there was something else that came out before it called Manor or Banner. I don't remember the name of it. It got nothing. I knew I wasn't watching it. So they're on the verge of cutting him off. And Spotify is pissed, in my opinion. They ain't holding back nothing. They want her to know that you made us lose 200. This is Spotify being salty for her taking 20 million. Now, the Spotify thing is not going to die. It's going to continue to grow because something's up. No, Meghan's not going to be able to sue him. No, and if she does, he will cut her because she doesn't have the money to do it. He has 200 million. Plus, he's worth that. He's got and she's broke. Or about to be. On the verge. Forgot what I was saying. I'm gonna switch the subject again. I just know that this is the worst. I keep saying that, but each day it gets worse and worse. She's at a 40-something. Her popularity rate is shot in the United States. No one trusts her. No one believes it. And the only thing they're waiting on is, what train wreck thing have they done today? And what I like about TMZ, sometimes they like to get to the bottom of the story. Well, TMZ, guess what? She hasn't spoken to her father. You guys haven't discussed that? You haven't mentioned that? And you had Thomas Markle on your show. He came on there. He says, I'm not doing any more interviews. He did those interviews with you guys because he thought that he was going to get closer to his daughter. And that was going to help. But it's not their fault that she's a narcissist. That she's only thinking about herself, her brand. Look what we're talking about. This is all about Meghan's reputation and her brand. And the only reason why we're talking about it is because it means so much to her. Everybody knows that. Meghan knows it, her mother knows it, her dad, Samantha, everybody knows that. Without her brand, without this, she doesn't exist. In a sense, she's a D-lister with the title. Jeez. Let me say it again. The only reason this subject, I talk about it a lot because this is who she is. She came over here to the UK to start herself, to become. And she drugged her accessory with her so he can do whatever she needs him to do. And he's still doing it in misery. Don't think he's over. I just feel like there's just him talking to a divorce lawyer. I do believe that. I do believe he's running around. They're not seen together. I know. I went there. I switched it again. See, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's over. I'm going to read one thing, though, before I go. I am. But to me, the biggest news of today is that she's in the Wall Street Journal. And I hope I'm saying that right. She's in there. Negatively, badly, talking about her work ethics. So everybody out there is getting a whiff of Meghan's resume and what she's about. Oh, she doesn't work well with others. She's going to be a problem. She's going to tell you what to do. Okay. But you're the you work in marketing. That's your position. I can coach and probably just add or da-da-da-da-da, but I hired you to be the expert. No. I believe she's trying to tell everybody what to do. So they built her a studio, everything. Yeah, forgot what I was thinking. I had some champagne. Yeah, and it does leave you a little bubbly. But hopefully I'm still on point, guys. No. Meghan keeps showing us who she really is as a wife, as a friend, as a manager, an employee to people. I mean, she's a con artist. She treats people how she wants to treat them. And only if they're doing something for her, if she wants them. And if you're not an A-lister, then you can hang it up because I don't even want you sitting next to me. Oh, I remember she was at some game and she wanted all these seats. And she wonders why no one cares for her or likes her. Well, maybe because you haven't let your dad see the kids. Maybe because you tried to bully the royal family. Of course she tried to bully them. They couldn't say anything. And so she was throwing them demands. When she did that 5 plan and put out that statement and blindside the Queen, they didn't know that was happening. And so the Queen had to hurry up and put something out there. But you wouldn't have known because Meghan was just doing what she wanted to do. With no regard to anyone else other than her, us, me. It ain't us, it's you, me, my brand. That's what I was talking about. Her brand. It's everything to her. It's who she, without it, she's nothing. And I don't know how she's dealing with it because if she hasn't seen it yet, she's about to. She has to see it. That whatever money you was going to make, whatever star power you were going to have, girl. I've never seen it. I knew she was going to be going down, but look how much and how fast this week Her brand, her brand. Who cares? You don't see Catherine running around talking about, oh, my popularity and my brand, and I gotta do this and I gotta do that. She's a queen. All she gotta do is look cute, wave, and just, No. Over here, if you're gonna make some money, and if you are going to want to be more than whatever it is that you are, you have got to get the people to like you. Because it's not like the UK. You're in the royal family, and they have to deal with it. Because you married Prince Harry. We don't have to deal with it. No. We're just going to say it and just tell it like it is. Like, no, that's not what happened, Meghan. You wasn't in a 2-hour car chase. You were in a 10-minute, inconvenience. Gail, how dare you? This is what she read after they started talking about Archie Well, their employees, and how money is,
right.
how Archie Well is not doing well. Archie Well. Mm-hmm. Okay? And of course, everyone has dropped her this week. She has nothing. Nothing's in the work. I haven't heard anything about a deal. Have you guys? I haven't heard anything about anything. I've heard rumors. So what, is she going to write a book? Who cares? They've already written a book. Oh, okay, I'm going to run out and get it. No, I'm going to wait until the UK dissect what I need to get, and then we're done. And if I need to get a copy, I'll get it secondhand. But what? She ain't got nothing to say. So they wanted her. This is how this. Let me tell you something. Then they also mentioned the Taylor Swift thing, and this is why I think the Taylor Swift thing is a little juicy here, because it's where it is. Because it just keeps telling you that the A-listers don't want to have nothing to do with you, and neither does the companies. So you don't have any friends over there, and then you don't have any connections anymore. Everything is just dried up. And so it's just her and Harry and WME fishing. And so after the Wall Street Journal goes and just boom, boom. So, I mean, it's a great read. I don't have all of it in front of me, but I know he brings up Spotify and how Spotify has canceled them and are upset. How they had built a studio for her. Like, they're coming out talking about her. They're telling the story about how she treated them and what she needed. And then they tried to, something about also, they had some other ideas, but they just never came to fruition. They almost talk about how she just didn't really want to work. Like, she didn't realize that it was going to be that much work, or it was going to take this much time to do it. Or it was like this much. To ask questions, and she can't relate to anyone. So it was probably very difficult for her to do any interview because no one can relate to her. And so if you can't relate to the person that you're talking to, how can you have a good interview? No, she was going to fail at the podcast thing because all she know to do is talk about herself instead of being interested in someone else. Anyway, moving on. So then they talk about how Netflix is going to drop her. Period. It's gone. And then how Taylor Swift turned her down. Now, after all of that, the Wall Street Journal goes and talks to one of Meghan's spokespeople, which is her. and ask her about all of this that I just said. In other words, they gave her the opportunity to in my opinion, say, no, that is not what happened. To deny it. This is what the spokesperson said. And let me read it to myself. Remember when I said that every time Meghan, this is one of my points that I forgot, bringing it back up, that Meghan makes excuses and never takes responsibility and always pointing the finger and saying, no, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. No, it was their fault. It's Samantha's fault. It's Samantha's fault that her daughter couldn't go to the wedding. It was the everybody else's fault because they didn't think it would be not great for her to invite her. Her father did something with the paparazzi, so she just killed them all. Like, but that wasn't the point I was trying to make. The excuses. The letter that she wrote to her father and said that someone in the house said that told her to write it. And then after they told her to write it, it got leaked and she wanted them to fight for her and they didn't. See the blame? See the, ooh, it's so, it was so much of it. It was overwhelming blame to where it just didn't make sense because she takes no accountability. Zero, zilch in anything. Like, she could have said, you know what? However, in that case, I probably should have just picked up the phone and called my dad instead of writing a letter anyway. Or, you know, none of that. You know what? I probably should have just invited Ashley and, you know, or whatever. But in hindsight, you know, it just didn't work out that way. Yeah, I wanted to invite, don't even mention why she invited all those celebrities. She don't have to. We know. No, she does none of that. And she doesn't do it here. Look, it says Archie Well. This is her after the Wall Street Journal goes to them and say what they're going to say in this newspaper about them, about Netflix cutting them off, about to cut them off, Spotify, that everything, because everything, in my opinion, in my show, allegedly is true. Archie Well often makes changes in the startup phase, both with people and strategy, and we are no exception. Okay, so I'm going to put it in my terms. What she's trying to say is that we're in the beginning stages. No. You've been over here 3 years. That's long enough. You're the Duchess of Sussex. And someone gave you $13 million to start it up. Your Oprah friend. So you were getting millions. But then she says that with people, there's changes with the startup, with people and strategy. In other words, it's okay to have a revolving door. It's okay to have people coming in, hiring them, and then treating them like crap, and then they're quitting. I heard 16 people. That doesn't even make sense. That don't. It doesn't. It makes no sense. Because first of all, you're working for the Duchess of Sussex. And so your first thought was you want to please this person and do a good job because you know that they can make or break your career, or your career could be better knowing that you're working for this prestigious, you know, whatever. But no, you can't even, they was leaving out of there saying, you know what, I can't. I'm done. She's crazy. She's controlling. You won't let you do the work. Your ideas don't mean nothing to her, and she's going to do it the way she wants to do it. And then she probably treating them like crap. Bullying them and mistreating them and treating them not like people, but like servants. You're going to do this for me. No, didn't I ask you for some water? No, didn't I tell you to get me some water? Then where is it? It's so hard to get good help. You know, you can't. 16 people? Where's the HR in that sucker? Hello? I'm surprised she didn't get sued. Why they're suing. No, she takes no accountability. So she blames it of it being a startup. Okay, whatever. When she getting awards? Didn't she get an award? And then Spotify sponsor it? Startup. The startup phase. With